Whoops. Good morning. I lost my foam roller. It rolled away. I was going to start off with foam rolling, you guys. Making this my workout, assuming that you will find benefit in some of the stuff that I might be missing in my stretch training. I have been avoiding a lot of neck stretches, kind of always focusing on those big muscles, those obvious tight areas, and the little guys, the little areas that, you know, just are nagging but not, they're not holding you back from anything, but they are annoying. I want to get at those today. So the other thing I want to do too is show you my little box of tricks. I don't know if you're interested, but I've been collecting this stuff for years. Each kind of injury or pain or tightness, cramp, whether it be plantar fasciitis or a tense neck or a shoulder issue, you come back, you develop a toolbox for managing problems, right? Physical challenges. And I have yoga blocks, and for any given thing. I don't know what I'll need them for next, but at one point I used my yoga blocks. I got myself a collection of balls that you could lie on. This one happened to have a beautiful stand that you can just lay on, and it doesn't roll away from you. But I have a baseball, a golf ball, I have a bigger ball, yoga straps. I have a beautiful heating unit here, and it smells of lavender that goes around my neck, and then of course foam roller. I have one down here and I have one up in my bedroom. So I just want to illustrate to you that this is a really important part of your training, right? That you need to have these things available and ready to jump on immediately once you notice something going wrong, or a particularly tense workout that you might want to just get right on top of and stretch out of. Right? I generally stick to my back when I'm doing my foam rolling as a general everyday maintenance. It seems to, if I can apply pressure there, it can release tension, and then it flows out to the other parts of my body. And that's just how I handle it. Everybody has to handle their health management, proactive health management. So I was going to do a few things that we don't usually do. I don't know why. I don't love these ones, but they're important. So it's the pelvic series. Hang on one sec here. I'm going to find us, so I just know that we're live and we're going good. And there we are. Good. So things are working. Sorry to gab so much. Lately I have been doing that, gabbing. But like I mentioned to you, my son has joined into the group, and another few people are new to the group. So when there's people that are new to the group, I tend to give more direction, and I do understand there's a lot of you that do want that direction. So I'm trying to balance it in between getting our workout done and cueing properly, number two. And I love to give you my strategies, because I think we see people working out on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, and it's just like they're machines, and they just go out and do their workout, and do their workout, and do the workout, and it always looks like they're just, 100%. And I have to tell you, over the years with my training partners and myself, everyone's going in and out of injuries, in and out of discomfort, in and out of strength, feelings of strength, motivation. So it's not a linear journey. Your fitness, your stretching, your strength, it's going to be like this. And I need you to see that. That's my contribution. All right, wide leg. I got leg, let's just go the wide leg pelvic series, and that's just loosening up the pelvis area, okay? So we're just gonna pelvic tilt and rock it back and forth, all right? Notice your low back. And then we're gonna go side to side, tilts. And I'm going to revisit the front to back. Now once you get all these movements, just imagine in your head that you want to add mobility to this area, and then you're just going to go through them intuitively. How does it feel for you? Where do you need to stay a little longer? And then we're going to go transverse rotation. You're going to turn one hip in, and then turn the other hip in, kind of pressing down and in. Good. I'm starting to feel that down into groin area, as well as upper back, feeling movement through here or reactionary. Tenseness and looseness. Good. And then just circles. Oh, adjustment there. And change direction. Good. Wide leg hyperextension series, that means we're just going to fold forward, okay? So if you need to do any more, or if you want to come back to these pelvic, just a mobility series for this area, come back to any one of these movements, okay? And then as we go into the wide leg hyperextension, you want to contract your glutes. You're going to feel your hamstrings pull, and then the main muscle group is the glutes that are squeezing, and you're rotating upwards. So the pelvis is going to tip and allow you to come forward. Good. And then it's going to tuck under to bring you up. So most of this movement, you want to feel this area as the prime mover, okay? Your upper body's following through. Good. And one more time. Now this is where, and sometimes I just use a dumbbell, but this is where I would use my yoga block, because if I can't get all the way down, and actually I'm feeling pretty good today about my flexibility here. What I want to do is put one hand down in front of me, and I want to rotate up. And then I'm going to take that hand outward further, a little further away, and rotate up. And then take it further away, feeling that stretch. And maybe one more, I don't know. I'm just going to play with this a little bit. Stretching through the upper torso area while you're in a hyperextension and adding the twist or the rotation. Good. And bring it up. Okay. And then I'm just going to go through some of that mobility again. Interesting. This is like a more in-depth tour. When I ask you to tour your body while we're doing our weights, check out how everything's going. This is just a really in-depth way of doing it and visiting. Good. So we're going to do that hyperextension and tuck forward. Remember, this is coming from the pelvis, right? Hamstrings. It's really interesting to see that once you start But with mobility, how much more flexible you are than you think. I mean, I'm not saying that it's gonna, you know, all of a sudden help you be a Gumby, but it definitely pays to do the pre-mobility movements. Good. And now we're going to take it down and we're going to do our torso rotations, holding it right down in front of you. I mean, if you were up here, I even had Taylor on the bench, right? Sometimes that's where you're starting. And that's where you need to start. All right, no heroes. And rotate up. Okay. Good. And now, what I want you to do is to bend your knees and extend. Holding your hands on the floor, or if you need that block, bend and extend. All right? Feels like I'm good down here now. Bend and extend. Bend and extend. It'll be interesting for me to bring my feet closer and see how far I can go with that. Another adjustment. I love hearing those little cracks. Pop. And extend. Bend. And extend. Nice. I'm going to stop there. I imagine that I'm able to do as much as I am today because of what I did yesterday. It's cumulative, and I believe it's cumulative, and your body remembers that you just did that, so we can do it again, right? It's permission almost. That's why we really should be doing this every day. Good. I got a couple here. I want to do that glute series for sure, and the hamstring toe touch. So right now, there, I narrowed it down. Okay, so first of all, we've done this arm drill before, where you externally rotate your hand as in a serving tray. So with this one, I hold it there and then I pull my neck. All right. Now it's going to be up to you to find the full stretch there where it really targets you. So palm to the ceiling, I'm pulling my fingers in towards me, so it's really stretching through here. And then I'm going to pull my head away. Now I like to mess with my fingertips and turn them in different directions as I pull my head in different directions, finding that tension through here. This is my rough side. If I carry any tension, it's there, right? You know, historically, over years, that's where I get the big one. So I just keep track of it. The other one you can do is just gentle, add the pressure and push your head in. Now that's contracting and I'm stretching. And again, making that your own stretch. So, the arm drill over here, serving tray, you're going to move that arm in ways that you can actually feel a stretch through the whole neck trap area. All right, so external rotation of your hand, drop that neck, and then just manipulate the position so you can find the stretch. And if you quiet your brain and go in here, this area, you're going to be able to and then further to that one is pressure, not wrenching. You don't want to harm anything. You want to add a gentle pressure and then drop and stretch. feels awesome. You know, and those are the ones I very rarely do, and they're so easy. You could really do them at any time, anywhere, right? And reduce the tension in your neck by really bringing attention to it. If you bring attention to the tension in your neck, you're going to notice immediately when it starts to build, and you'll be able to take care of it before it really settles in. Makes sense. Gorilla. Externally rotate your palms, facing backwards to your knees. And that might be enough for some people. You're going to sit back to stretch. Trying to keep the heel of your hand on the floor. And I've mentioned in other stretch classes that this is one of my go-tos, because if there's anything I'm totally at risk for, it's arthritis, and my fingertips have already started starting to go deformed. So I'm pretty cognizant of doing these guys fairly often. During the day, I am constantly manipulating the two joints that are obviously going. And it's like a worry bead. I just kind of push it and press it back into place. You know, what more are you going to do? It's a fact of life, but I feel as long as I can keep some positive attention on those joints, that I might, be able to mitigate the worst parts of what's coming. Good. Now I lift each finger, pressing at the knuckle with my thumb. And then with each one kind of leaning back, and you're going to feel that stretch all the way up here. I don't care who you are arthritis in your family or not, I would say most of us are going to have to deal with some form of joint conditions. Good. There we go. Take your time with this, you guys. If you are through this, go ahead and foam roll or go back to a stretch that you find very beneficial for your individual condition. The ones I think that are most uncomfortable are probably the most important, don't you think? It just, common sense stands to reason. Especially, I mean, this is an awkward position. I mean, you hardly ever put your fingertips and your hands in this position. So, it's extreme, but it makes sense to me, and anything that you can make sense of is probably worth investigating. See how it goes. You know, you have to be really aware tomorrow, how do I feel, and call it out. Like, I feel great after that. I should really do that again. And then start putting those seeds in your brain, like, look at how great I feel, I should do this again, as opposed to what, I hate it, how I'm never coming back. Last one we're going to do is the Glute Series. We have not done this one for a bit, so just the pigeon pose. Good. 10 push-ups that aren't pushing. All right, it's your leg that's doing the work here. It contracts and it lowers and lifts by pushing that leg up and down, okay? So the first one is just rehearsal. say, if you can't get in this position, you're probably right here, right? Or some awkward form of this. That's how you start. It starts out extremely awkward. Whoops. All right. And then your left arm, I'd say about 5. We're finishing with this one, so take your time through it. Enjoy the quiet for right now before your day gets going, and really stay involved in your stretch. And if possible, you're going to bring it into, I'm going to move this stuff so I can actually use my mat. There we go. Not. In order to stretch one part of your body, another part has to contract, and that's where you might feel a knot when that contraction gets too much, right? And rotate. So in this position, you want to twist your torso. So there's a natural extension of the stretch in the muscles attached to our focus group. I'm going to take it right into the 90 degree bend here. This one is difficult for me, and that's where you might have to bend this back leg. It's challenging. Haven't done it for a while. Something in there. Good. Just play with it. Good. Good. And then the rotation for this one is opposite arm across your body, following the line of that front leg and reaching out, 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 and then dropping down. Whoa. If I had to pick one stretch that really feels like it gets everything, it's that one right there. And I aspire to doing that one better. That is my goal. I'd love to do this 90 degrees with this back there, and then the rotation. Some people have that naturally. That's okay. Goals. Everyone has to have goals, right? Okay. So, ooh. Just taking a second to get into this position. Five to 10 of these, and then maybe one hand with 5 again. All right, just working up to no hands, right? 90-degree angle. Ease into that. Just visit it. And then as best you can. Good. And then you're going to turn, adding a rotation into that stretch. And then I'm going to extend that arm, opposite arm, trying to follow the line of that front leg. Oh, yeah. And then I'm going to press that hand, creating tension, and drop the shoulder. Wow. So good. Am I even in the picture? Yeah. Okay, guys, look at it. Less than half an hour. We got a lot of good stretches done. I'm going to finish up here on my band, or my foam roller. And I think I'm just going to put a ball or a knot here. It's not quite there, but just going to try and get a little more looseness on that one shoulder. Have a super Sunday. I've already posted the workouts for next week because I want to get out on the bike, or I don't even know how hot it's going to be. It's been kind of uncomfortable getting out the last couple of days, but I think it might start cooling down. And anyways, it's a great day to do something outdoors. Have a super Sunday, guys. Talk to you tomorrow. Chest day. Nice. Feels good. See ya.